Hey guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to answer an age-old question of can you use the Quadralite AD600PRO TTL light as a video light? It's a question that Galileo Galilei wondered back in 1652 when he was staring up at the sky and he needed more light up on the sky. So he wondered this, and finally today I'm going to answer that question. So the answer is yes. So this is a photography light made by Godox, and this brand is sort of a European version. We'll take a look at the photography features in a future video. I'm going to have to go out and actually do some proper shoots with this. But for now, I just wanted to show you guys this with the video light that's actually built into this. And the reason for that is not because you would buy this as a video light only, but more if you wanted to have a set of these and then also sometimes use them as video lights, or maybe you don't want to carry multiple things to a shoot, you just want to take one light that's going to do your photography needs as well as your video needs. Now the color output of this is warmer than the previous version, if I remember correctly. It's just a touch warmer. Right now I've got the camera with a white balance of 5500 Kelvin. This is actually pretty bright. I've got it at the minimum brightness here, which is still able to light up the area here, just bouncing off the ceiling. And it's going to be much, much brighter if used directly onto the subject. At 21%, the fan turns on, and it's going to be a fairly loud fan. My big Pro light, I use at minimum power almost all the time anyways. It doesn't have a loud fan. I just don't need the extra brightness. I just set it low, and then I have other lights around it which are powered by batteries. They're very small, very easy to use, no cables, and I can just put them anywhere on the desk when I'm making YouTube videos and whatever. So that's just really convenient. And also on location, I've shown you guys me using those small battery powered lights from Aperture. So here I've got it on my big Manfrotto tripod, which I'm using as a light stand, and I'm really loving this compared to my actual big light stand. It's just got super wide legs, which just makes it really, really stable, and it doesn't take up much room on the floor, so I can have a bunch of stuff in the same space as this. For example, when it's in the corner there, I've got a bunch of stuff next to it. And I don't know, it just works really well, and it does go higher than this as well, which is nice. And it's so much lighter and easier to use. I can just switch between this and my other tripod. So when I need to have something really big, like the camera and a slider or whatever, I can use this for the camera and then use that as a light stand. And then just switch between those two, and then I have a very, very lightweight setup. Plus a few tiny light stand, the lollipods, which I use for the small lights. So it's just a much lighter setup that still gives me all the stability I need, and also is more versatile. So I don't know, I'm just really enjoying that. So here it is. It's obviously running on battery. You can buy power supplies for this, and you can buy additional batteries for this, and you know, so you can have one on charge and one being used if you wanted to. That would be my choice over a power supply, because then I can also charge both batteries and have double the amount of time shooting outdoors if I wanted to. So it's got a Bowens mount, as you'd expect, and then you can turn this screen off if that light is causing an issue. I just like to have it always on. I love that it has the option for always on. Some lights don't have that. Here I've got it at 20%, and if we go over here, that is easily enough to go through a big softbox. The camera's set to f2, 1/50th of a second, and ISO 640, which is good on almost any camera I can imagine from the past 10 years. Here it is at 100%, and then going down to 20%, which is probably where you're going to want to have it because you don't want that fan noise. And also this is running on a battery, so when you can have it lower, then that's great. You know, just going to have your battery last longer. This is not going to be a super cheap option for video lighting. It's just a great option for photography, and then also potentially a very good video light. But as you can see, the video is warm. So here we are on auto white balance, and a lot of the time this is enough to just get what you need. So here I've let the camera do a custom white balance off of the gray there, which I painted myself, so I know it's pure gray, no colors added. So that's giving me 4500 Kelvin. So it's close to daylight, but just a touch warmer. And then it's +3 on the magenta. So the light is just a little bit warm and has just a little bit too much green. So I'm going to actually charge this up to the maximum and then do a test at 20% and see how long that works as a video light before the light turns off. And I'm going to put that number right here. I was really pleased to see that this lasted over 10 hours at 20%, even though it would have been nicer if this went over 20% without that fan noise coming on. One time the fan did come on after about 2 hours or something, and then I just turned it off, turned it back on again instantly, and the fan noise was off. So I think if you have the bulb off, then that shouldn't happen because it should allow the heat to just come out. Not that there's a lot of heat. That should keep it working at 20% without the fan, but maybe in very hot countries or something, the fan might actually come on when you're just using it at 20%. But mostly it's fine. And I was really pleased with how quickly this charged as well. I put the battery on charge and left it for, I think, about an hour, and came back and it was fully charged, so that was good. So an hour or less, I think. So here we have the light with the photography bulb removed, but I've left the reflector on, and we're going to measure 1 meter away from the bulb, so from here. So without a softbox, that's around 560 lux, 1 meter away at 20%. So here we have the light at 10% brightness, which is the lowest it will go, and still the same exposure settings with the camera, and we're getting around 230 lux at 1 meter. So now here it is at 100% brightness, and I've got the camera with the same settings so you can see the brightness difference, and it's around 3000 lux. And at 1 meter away, that's an exposure of about f4, 1/50th of a second, and ISO 100. Kitty, is it bright enough? Huh? What do you think? Alright guys, so thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful. You can ask me questions about this in the comments down below. Of course, I will have a video about the photography features of this soon as well. And if you want to support this channel, then you can get yours from the links down below from Amazon, eBay, or B&H. Alright, so don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!